Layering light is where the magic happens. If we just use downlights, we end up with a flat environment at home. But if we use light that goes in different directions and has different intensities, that's where the magic happens. And all of it comes together when we build the layers of the light. So we might have, a functional layer of light coming out of a linear pendant, pushing a bunch of light down onto our kitchen island, which may also have an indirect light component. It might be putting some up onto the ceiling as well, which is pushing some ambience into the room. We're also using light under cabinetry to give us functional light on those work surfaces and to chase out the shadow that happens when you have light coming down the face of cabinetry. Ambience is all about that soft glow. Now, ambience, the light I'm standing in at the moment, again, aside from the spotlight, is ambient light. It's enough to see the space, get a feel for my environment, certainly enough to have a conversation in, but it's probably not enough to make dinner. That's okay. This is my ambient layer. And then we've got joy. Now, I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to light. Pretty much anything that is surprising or textural or dramatic, that's gonna do it for me. But for some people, the thing that brings them joy is a gorgeous chandelier. For other people, it might be the perfect rice paper ball sphere. For some people, it could be not seeing their light at all, having it all integrated into their architecture so it's not there until they flick a switch. The joy of light is whatever just makes you feel happy when you turn it on. That's the joy of light for you. And when we balance our layers, so we've got that individual layer of function, ambience, and joy, when we bring them together, ultimately, that's a lighting design. Now, you're going to need all three layers in your main living spaces in the home, but you don't necessarily need all three in every single space of the home, right? It's about giving yourself choices in the main parts of your home to be able to have a really relaxed, chill environment for the evening, to be able to have really bright, functional light for cooking, and to be able to do that easily by just flicking a switch. What we don't want to see is a wall of 50 switches, so that you can individually control every single light in your house. If you're going down that path, automation is going to be your friend. So using our layers, we've got functional light coming out of a pendant here and on either side of the range so that we don't have to turn on. See the spaceship blue in that photo? Can everyone see how blue that range is? Yeah. I have no control over that. The number of beautiful homes I've worked in over the years that have spaceships arrive in them when they finish them is very disappointing. If you have a choice over the colour of light in your range hood, please choose the same colour as the rest of the light in your house. So, functional light. We then have ambient light in this space coming from an indirect source in the bulkhead and also coming from underneath the bench in the centre, just softening off the shadows underneath. And then the third layer in this space was some beautiful decorative lights that were selected and placed on the walls, and also some light in the joinery where all the bar spirits were displayed. So you can see how those layers come together: function, ambience, and joy, right? We've got function coming out of this track here. We've got very deep concealed lights, so they're magic lights, right? So when I say magic, I mean lights where you get lots of light down below, but you can't see where it's coming from. So magic light is a great way of getting function into a space without saying, hey, check out my light fitting, right? So that's what's in the track that you can see in this image here. There's magic light hidden in there, and there's also functional spotlights there. The second layer for this room, the ambient layer, is actually just the reflected light from that space and the kitchen behind it. It didn't need a specific light fitting to bring the ambience. The light that was left over bouncing around the room created the ambience. And then the decorative joy, for this particular house, that piece of marble on that wall was the thing that they loved the absolute most about their home. The big question is, what do you want to see? If you start with that, you will always end up somewhere more interesting than downlights every metre of the ceiling. If you're thinking about lighting your home, start with that big question every time, in every room. What do you want to see? And if you're looking for more prompts, there's a design guide that you can buy on the Mint Lighting Design website that actually walks you through how to use that information to inspire more interesting answers than just downlights every square metre of my ceiling. Hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're enjoying our content, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like and pop a question down below if you've got one.